Hello everybody and welcome back to another video of my monthly rankings. Today I'm going to do the July one. I'm a little bit behind on this one and I'm busy a few weeks with my other channel, Diamond Racing. Please go give that one a subscribe if you like F1 things. And yeah, so I'm here today. So let's get into the July 2023. As you can see, I did change my adjustment to my camera a little bit. Now you can see my dog over there. Bella. Just want to say hi. So yeah. And yeah, I'm using my Iron Man Funko Pops box now instead of my wall. So yeah. This was the month where I had the fewest movies I watched. It's just 12 movies this month. The last month was 20, so it's a little bit busy last month. So that's why I didn't watch so many movies. So sorry about that one, but yeah, still. I have watched a few of the new movies this year, so there will be a few on this list. And I'm sorry to tell you what my top 12 is. So let's just get started. In our 12th place, we got Batman the Doom That Came to Gotham. Now, this movie isn't one I enjoy as much as most others. I don't like the storyline it follows. It's just not my type. The movie is okay. I have read that the people that think the movie is good has read the comic for this one. I have not done that yet, so that's probably why. But yeah, that's just how I feel about this one. It's okay movie. Some people will enjoy it, some not. I'm not that kind of person. Number 11 is going to be Mr. Right. Now this is a movie that I watched with my girlfriend. It was a birthday, 29th of June, and we made a 2-day movie day in July the 3rd and the 4th, and for her birthday. So we watched 3 movies. The first day 3 movies. The second day, this was the movie she chose, and it's a fun movie. I have watched it before. It's fun, it's funny, it's very weird at sometimes because I don't know why someone wants to be a T-Rex, but yeah, it's a weird movie, and some things work, most of it don't. And she enjoys this movie so much, and I'm not that big of a fan actually. So yeah. Number 10 is going to be Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Now, this is actually a very good movie. I'm surprised that it's only 10th on my list after looking through all the movies, but this is one of our 6 movies we watched, and this was so good actually. I really enjoyed it through the whole movie. Chris Pine and the rest of the cast was very good. I think it was so much better than I was anticipating. The action was good, the comedy was just as good, and the chemistry between the characters was also good. So it's a very good movie overall, probably one of the better films this year. And some of the, I don't know if there is other Dungeons and Dragons movie, but probably not. But this one was still very good. Number 9, sorry, is going to be Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Now the rest of these movies from 9th to 1st is a 9 to a 10 out of 10. So Indiana Jones is a very good movie, of course it is. The Temple of Doom I think is at this moment my least favorite. I still have to watch the last 2 movies. So yeah, it's okay. I love the Indiana Jones with his little sidekick. Tix from Goonies. I can't remember what's his name in this movie at the moment. I watched it more like a month ago at the moment. So it was a fun movie. The Temple of Doom story is really good, but I think the Indiana Jones has done better movies, and George Lucas could have done, well, Steven Spielberg, I think, could have done a better movie out of this one. Some choices, like the ending, I'm not such a big fan, but yeah, it's still a very good movie. The thing I love about Indiana Jones, it's very close to the supernatural while trying to be very just a normal story about a philosopher that does fun stuff. So, an archaeologist, sorry, doing fun stuff. So I love it very much, and yeah, that's it. Number 8 on the list is going to be Life Itself. Now, this is a movie that we watched with my girlfriend's Peter, one of the six, and I don't know how to feel about this movie at the moment. I'm sorry for the dog if you hear the dog outside barking, but yeah, this was a weird movie. One of our movies we randomly pick with a random picker on Google Chrome, and this was that movie. Not me and my girlfriend have heard anything about this movie, and the first 10 minutes, me and my girlfriend it's like one of the biggest what the F moments in our lives when we watch this film. If you have watched it, you'll understand what I mean. But yeah, going into it not knowing anything about it, yeah, that can do that to you. So it's a very good movie, twists and turns. I liked it more than I see most people do. This is a very weird movie. Some people's like, some people don't. So it's a very weird movie. But we watched the one where there was no subtitles, so we didn't understand anything about the Spanish speaking part. So that's why the movie, I couldn't give it a 10 out of 10, or that's why I just gave it a 9 out of 10, because it was still super good and super enjoyable and heartbreaking and depressing and so much things. So if you want to watch a movie and cry probably, or be like, what the F, this is the one for you. Number 7 on my list is going to be Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Now, I was actually very I was anticipating, I don't know how to say it in English. I was looking forward to watching this movie. This was my pick for the 6 movies. And yeah, I've never watched it before, so it was so good. So heartbreaking. My girlfriend didn't like it. She told me she didn't understand. So, but still, it was a very good movie. I like this one a lot, and I think this could be one of the more good sad movies, if I can just put it like that. In 6th place, Hustle, the Adam Sandler project. Not The Hustle. Now, this is one of our, I think, the last on the list of this. No, the second last on this of the 6 movies we watched. So, I think this was her pick, but this was such a good movie. Such a heartwarming story about Adam Sandler being I'm not sure what you call it. I'm not big into basketball. We don't play it in our country, but it was very good. He gets this person and he teaches how to play basketball better, and it's very heartwarming. Like I said, it plays on the heartstrings a little bit, but otherwise it was such a good movie. Adam Sandler's one of Adam Sandler's best, not comedy but more serious movies. But there is a little bit of comedy in, but not like forced heavily. But it was a good balance between comedy and seriousness. Next on this, number 5, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Now, like I said, I'm a big Indiana Jones fan. I watched, what's it called, The Last Crusade last night, and I had a blast. And yeah, the first one I've watched long ago, and me and my father watching these movies to watch the new one, and I forgot how good the Raiders of the Lost Ark is, because it's such a classic movie from Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, and Indy himself, Harrison Ford. It is such a good movie, and I love it from the beginning to end. And some of the classic scenes, it just makes a person happy when you see it. I can say it like that. And yeah, I'm just happy that I could watch this movie, because this was such a blast, even though it is more than 40 years old by now. But still, you can't watch this movie and say that confidently, because it's just so good. Even at that time it was out. So yeah, that was my number 5 pick. Now, from 4th to 1st, all of these movies are 10 out of 10 for me. I'm gonna put that in this list for now. I'm gonna tell you which movies are 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Now, Number 4 is going to be The Breakfast Club. This was the last of the movies on my list of the 6. So this was a movie my girlfriend really wanted to watch because she watched it a long time ago, and I was like, okay, let's watch it. And when we finished this movie, it's a very sad feeling because even though this movie was made in the 1980s, you still feel the same problems in school as people did back then. I finished school last year, so it was a very rough year last year. That's why, yeah, I wanted to do this because I can't go study at the moment. So, yeah, this is a very good movie. Even I think in the 1980s, this would be much more relevant, but it's still so relevant in our time, if I can just put it like that. It's so heartwarming, so heartbreaking. And the thing is, I'm going to call them children because they were in school, go through, and the way they changed in just one Saturday. It's very interesting at how the people affect each other. I think it's probably the best part, in my opinion, is how the characters interact and grow and learn from each other. It's a very interesting movie. I know some people haven't watched it, but if you can just go past the language and things, everybody in school, you can't lie and tell me you don't say some swear words, because it's honestly true. So if you can just go past that, it's a very good movie and very serious movie. I think when you are a learner and when you are older, the lessons you take from the movie is so different, because me as a learner, I feel how they feel, but then when you're older, you know how the teacher feels, or you look back on the school days and you feel how you felt when that was ongoing. So number 3, this was a very big surprise for me. It's going to be Nimona. Now, I haven't heard anything about this movie, and I'm watching every comic book movie of 2023 to do a video on it, and this counted for a comic book movie for some reason when I googled it, and this was such an awesome surprise. Me and my girlfriend watched it together, but she didn't want to watch it, so she just sat next to me, played games on her phone, and I watched it. And then in the first 10 minutes, she wanted to watch it with me. Her attention was on the TV, and the whole movie we watched it, and all because the character of Nimona, and I can remember the night they had such a good chemistry, and her powers, it was so out of nowhere, but it's so cool. And like I said many times on this list, it's so heartbreaking the end, but the character Nimona, she goes through a phase in this movie, and she builds upon what she's learned, how the people treat her, and the night also, he changes his view of the society he lives in, believing in, oh, these people will never do this, and then he sees what it really is, and it's good. It's such a good movie. I've never heard of it, never saw anything of it, but this was like, what a surprise. If you haven't watched Nimona, go watch Nimona. This was so good, and I'm so glad I've watched it. Number 2 on my list, the most recent movie to come out on this list, is going to be Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Well, I went to watch this in cinema with my father and my girlfriend. My father's such a big Tom Cruise fan. You won't believe it. When Top Gun Maverick, the trailer came out, I think it was 2019. And then COVID happened. My father watched the trailer like more than 100 times. You could have said the words in the movie perfectly where the trailer was, if there was a trailer there. So that's just mind-blowing to me. My father is such a big Tom Cruise fan. He was so happy we went to watch this movie, because it was really a good Mission Impossible movie. My opinion about Mission Impossible movies are every single film, it just gets better, bigger, and this was such a big, awesome surprise. Well, not the surprise. I was just so anticipated to watch this movie. And the only problem with this movie is there's two parts. But this is the one that doesn't end on a cliffhanger, like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse did, or Fast X. There are many similarities between Fast X and Mission Impossible at the end, but it doesn't end on a cliffhanger. So that's one positive I can say about it, because you know where it ends, you know what the characters are trying to do next. It is a very fast-paced movie, and the characters, I just love the characters introduced in this movie. Atwell, Carrie Atwell, Hayley Atwell. Sorry for that. Hayley Atwell. What an awesome introduction in this movie. So cool. I love this movie, and I can't wait to watch it. This is gonna be so good. The second part, I mean, and I can't wait to watch this again. It would be an honor to watch this movie again, because it's so good. But number one on my list is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, if you haven't watched I think it was my March or May or April, when this movie came out, I watched it and I didn't give it such good ranking. I think it was third, because of some things that happened when we went to watch it in cinema with my family, my mom. So I rewatched this one with my dad, and my girlfriend was with me again. So we watched it again, and I really think the second watch the movie, in my eyes, it was better than what was the first time, because I wasn't really focused. I didn't take everything in, but this is such a freaking awesome movie. I love this movie, and this is what's number one. I think it's Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning, and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 are very close, but I think Guardians of the Galaxy just notches it out P1 in number one. But yeah, it's the ending, such a good ending without. No, I'm not gonna spoil it. So, very good movie. The ending is so heartbreaking in a good way. You know what the characters wanted to do, and they could do it. It's sad to see. I hope really we get more Guardians of the Galaxy, even though James Gunn won't direct it. It would be so good to see them again. And this is what Marvel is supposed to be. So hopefully the next few Marvel movies don't disappoint. The Marvels is the next one. So let's hope it's as good as this is. But that's my number one. And that is all my 12 movies. Sorry, excitement. And the average for this month is going to be 8.33. This is second best. I'm surprised by that, because I only watched out 12 movies this month. That's not good. That's not many movies. But like I said, I was busy. And I will be watching more movies. There is a few videos I want to complete on this channel, so I'm going to do that. And yeah, just stick with me, please. I would really like to see you like and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more of these. Yeah, thank you for everything, and yeah, thank you for your support. Have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed. Cheers.